All right, everybody, welcome to the player review and the player ratings show. Make sure you sign up on the mypicks.app, make your picks, and make sure you get your player reviews in. Guys, well, what can I say? What an incredibly good game. That was. Can we ask better? Can we ask any better of the Springboks? I just don't think we can. It would be rude. It would be uncouth to do so because to win that game 67 points to 30. My goodness. And we were only up by 2 points at half time. So yeah, let's get into it. In the first half, we were scraping the barrel a little bit. We were struggling a bit. I mean, look, let's not get caught up in the overjoyous celebrations of that second half performance. As brilliant as it was, that first half, we saw quite a few disciplinary issues. And let's get into it. The ill discipline did cost us. Cheslin's mistake. I wanna look at that. Actually, no. Before we look into the specifics, we conceded so many penalties, and I think a lot of those penalties were caused because the Boks were looking for that defensive gain line speed, which they managed to get right in the second half. So credit to them for fixing it, going into having a chat with Rassi at halftime and getting it right. But looking for that defensive gain line speed and getting it wrong meant that we were caught offside quite a few times and then getting penalized. And when you have the likes of Carreras kicking for goals anywhere in your half, he's likely to get it over. I mean, the man has an 86% success record across his career. He generally gets them over, and that did cause us big problems, particularly in the first 20 minutes. However, when we got it right, it worked well. And we saw that in the second half. So credit to the Springboks for seeing that there was a problem, there was an issue, and fixing it. So, yeah, the discipline in regards to conceding penalties due to offsides, yeah, big no-no in the first half, but huge credit for fixing it and getting it fixed quite well. All right, now I want to go look into the specifics. And I said earlier, Cheslin Colby's mistake. Look, the man is human. He proved that to us today. He's still one of the best players in the world, and I will stand by that. People are allowed to have a brain fart every now and then, but my goodness, I did not expect that. So for those who didn't watch or didn't see live what happened, Argentina kicked the ball over and over into our try line. Cheslin dotted it down, and he was intending to pass the ball to Damian Willemse, who was under the poles. But in passing it, he drop kicked it. And of course, it's a goal line dropout at that point because he dotted it down in our try line. So according to the rules, it's a goal line dropout. When intending to pass the ball to Damian Willemse, he did that as a drop kick, and he completely missed Damian Willemse, and it fell straight into the hands of the Argentine inside center, who dotted down and scored the try. There was a bit of confusion in the stadium. There was a bit of confusion here in where I was. I'm sure where you guys were watching as well. Nobody knew exactly what had really happened, but by the letter of the law, Cheslin Colby did drop kick the ball, thereby starting the game again as a goal line dropout. The Argentina inside center picked up the ball, dotted it down, and scored a perfectly legal try. It was then converted, and Argentina were ahead by a couple. I think it was 2 points at that stage. Immediately thereafter, we struck back. We scored a try, and that was brilliant. So it was good for us to come back. But then, just on the cusp of halftime, Argentina had a line out on the 5-meter line. They mauled very well, and they were charging towards the try line until Malcolm Marx collapsed that maul by coming in from the side. We thought that it was initially held up, but upon review from the TMO, it appears that Malcolm Marx had collapsed the maul unlawfully, and therefore they were awarded a penalty try. So in effect, that's 14 points that should never, ever have been awarded to Argentina. And if you take those 14 points away, it's 67 points to 16 in our favor. We would have won. But you know what? If buts and maybes, if my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. You know, it happened. They did get the points. And we then restarted. Apparently, on the clock, on the TV that I was watching, it said that 42 minutes had been played. Now, this was an incredibly confusing thing because everybody thought that it was half time. Argentina scored the penalty try. But according to the TMO, there were still 4 seconds left in play until the hooter was supposed to go. So, with 4 seconds to go, we restarted and kicked off, and Sasha Feinberg and Gomez Zulu made sure that it was a nice short kickoff, and we won possession back. From winning that possession back, we played a few phases and went over to score, making sure that we were in the lead at halftime. The psychological advantage that brought the Springboks was immense. It was massive because at that time, Argentina were going toe to toe with us. In fact, they were leading. If we had gone into that halftime break 23-18 down, I dare say that second half might not have been quite as electric, quite as explosive, quite as fluid as it was. So the the genius that is Sasha Feinberg and Gomezulu to make sure that that kick was inch perfect for us to regain possession and go on to score that try to make sure we were ahead at half time was absolutely brilliant. So guys, yeah, please leave in the comments here what you guys think about that game, how good it was, because wow, truly, that's one of the best games I've seen in a while. The Boks were cooking in that second half. Now, look, I mean, I've been fairly negative in this review so far, looking at the first half. Let's get into the second half. Yo, um, it, what can I say? Except, just superb brilliance from the Springboks. It was perfect. It was elite. Sasha Feinberg Mgomezulu had that ball on a string. He was so good. And despite the fact that, that poor discipline was letting us down in the first half, we let it go. The past is the past. And we went on and cooked in that second half. Mani Libok came on. He was immense. That chip and chase try that's the most disgusting thing I've seen in so long. Ethan Hooker with a little try assist there as well. The Springboks scored 9 tries, guys. 9. Can you believe it? 67 points to 30 at the end. I'm still struggling to come to terms with the fact that this is real. Cheers to the Bokke. A truly insane rugby match. So, yeah, look, that being said, let's get into our player reviews and to our player ratings. All right. Okay. So we're gonna just quickly open up our just excuse me, bear with me for a moment. All right. We're gonna go into our stats here. Thank you. Sorry, I just needed to open up that tab there. Okay, thank you for bearing with me, everyone. As you can see there, 67 points to 30 in favor of the Springboks, and that is just insane. Okay, wow. We're gonna look at our just a little bit of stats here. Springboks with 59% possession to Argentina's 41. 106 carries from the Springboks. I want to look at this stat over here, the meters run. 551 meters gained by the Springboks compared to Argentina's 238. And clean breaks, 9 for the Springboks compared to 2. That just shows the absolute dominance that we had in that second half. Breaking tackles, getting through. I mean, look, the tackles made. Argentina made 113 to the Springboks 92. Springboks almost matching Argentina for tackles made, despite the fact that we had so many more carries, almost double the carries, almost double the meters run, quadruple the clean breaks, more than. So it just goes to show that we were slipping tackles, we were making clean runs. It was very good attacking play from the Springboks. Those stats do really paint a picture showing just how dominant we were throughout the second half particularly, but throughout the match as a whole. All right, and that being said, let us get into our player ratings. Just need to open up our ratings here. Alrighty, rate the players. Just want to get this on screen. All right, so I'm just struggling to get this player ratings on screen here. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just go into the My Pick stats there, and we are going to do it like this. All right. Okay, Buonfenta starting in place of Oxen Chair. Look, yeah, he came off at the 54th minute, made 8 out of 9 tackles. He was a bit poor to start off, conceding a few penalties together with Thomas Dutoy in the scrum. But, you know what, other than that, had a pretty decent game. I'm going to rate him a 7. See what the fans are rating. Average of a 6.7. You know what, that's about fair. Happy with that. All right, moving on to Malcolm Marks. Yeah, look, made 7 of his 8 tackles. Did score a try. He did concede that other try, though, which does take away from... I mean, look, people are going to focus on the good. And you guys can cook me in the chat here. But I don't believe Malcolm Marks had the best game he could have possibly had. Look, he still had a good game. He scored a try, despite the fact that he made that mistake in the first half. But I want to focus on that mistake. It really could have cost the Bucks quite badly. It didn't in the end, so I will be giving Malcolm Marks a 7. Average fan rating 7.2. Thomas Dutoy. Yeah, look, he came off at the 46th minute. I don't think he had the greatest game. He let through quite a few penalties. Truly, I mean, look, it's rated good and bad. I think 5 as a bad is a bit, I mean, it should be average, you know. I think 6 might be a bit too high. And you guys, if you disagree with me, let me know why. But I'm rating Thomas the Tank Engine a 5 for this game. He conceded far too many penalties in the first half. He didn't have any sort of positive impact for the short time that he was on in the second half. And as soon as he came off, we started cooking. Not that there's a cause and effect relationship here, but it does paint a bit of a picture, and I will be giving Thomas Dutoy a 5. What are the fans saying? Rating 6.4. Guys, remember, like, the Bucks did win and the Bucks played well, but this is our individual ratings here. So, yeah, if you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I would like to know. Ibn Etzebeth, the enforcer. All right, Ibn. Yeah, well played. Good game. Came off at the 48th minute. Didn't really concede any penalties. He was, yeah, he was decent today. I'm going to be giving Ibn a 7. Fan rating 7 on the dot. Lovely. Ruan Nokia, the silent assassin. Looks like he did slip a few tackles, but I thought he was quite solid as well. Again, just give him a 7. Why not? 7.2 for the fans. Sia Kolisi, oh captain, my captain. Ran a few good meters today, he did. So, you know what? For Sia, I believe that, yeah, his tackling wasn't too good. Missed half of them. But yeah, well, look, with his impact and his influence on the other players around him as well, particularly, I'm sure at halftime, he must have galvanized the troops quite well. Sia will be getting a 7 for me. Average rating 7.2. Peter Steph Dutoy. Oh, yes. Wow. He scored a try. He had 9 carries, ran 66 meters. You know what? That's Tony Ball. He's on the wing. He's running. I love to see it. He's made 9 out of 11 tackles, 8 passes. Peter Steph was immense today, and I will be rating him an 8. Fan rating 8.6. Jasper Visser, yeah, very good. Went off in the 73rd minute. Didn't really put a foot wrong today. He ran a good few meters, although he did, he missed a tackle. But you know what? Wasn't great. I mean, sorry, wasn't was quite good. And that will be a 7 for Jasper Visser. Average rating 7.9. Kobus Reinach. Yeah, look, his passes were good. 1 good try assist. He was sniping quite nicely. Quite good in his tackles as well. Came off in the 57th minute. Quibus, you were decent. Not stellar, but very decent today. You will be getting a 7 for me. Average fan rating 6.8. Sasha Feinberg Mgomezulu. Guys, I don't know if we're allowed to give out tens here, but if ever a man has like deserved a 10, it would be Sasha Feinberg Mgomezulu in this game. 35 points. He scored 3 tries, 7 conversions, 2 penalties. Meters run 134. Look, he is going to get a 9 for me, and here's the reason why. Look, a 10 is 100%. It is perfection. Absolutely nothing wrong. And he did miss a kick. So that is the reason why. If I could give him like a 9.8, I would. But I don't have the option, so I will be giving him a 9. Average rate, a 9.8. Fan rating. Thank you. You see, no, the Sasha cooked today. He was so good. Ethan Hooker. Man, the kid was looking for his first try today. He really, really was. He was trying to get that try instead of passing it through to I think it was it Peter Steff on the wing there to score. But you know what? He did get the try assist. Ethan was pretty decent today, under the high ball, managed himself quite well. He'll be getting a 7 for me. Average rating 7.3. Damian Dialendi played the full match, made his tackles. Was a bit quiet for me though, but didn't really put a foot wrong. He'll be getting a 7. Yep, that's about accurate. Kenan Moody, I think he played quite well. When he moved to the wing, he was decent under the high ball. Didn't put a foot wrong there at all. He will also be getting a 7. That seems to be about the standard for me today, just handing out 7s. Maybe I should be a bit... Colby did score a try, and it was very, very good work when he scored that try. However, that mistake that he made was incredibly, incredibly costly. And it could have caused us a lot of damage and heartache, but it didn't. Because we went to win the game 67 points to 30, So, Colby, look, Oaks, you're going to cook me here. And I know he is one of the best players in the world. He will be getting a 6 for me. And let me know why I am wrong in the comments. Thank you. Damian Willemse, elite as always. He was good. At fullback, brilliant on the boot. Enforcing as well. He's just such a solid player. Damian Willemse, you'll be getting an 8 for me. Fans rating at 7.6. Marco van Staden came on to play the last 7 minutes. I mean, look, it's very hard to rate the bench when they come on for such a short period like that. So I'm just going to be giving him a 6 because he didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't exactly stellar either. Only had 7 minutes to play. Jan-Hendrik Wessels as well had a bit of a longer time to play. Excuse me. Sorry, I just need to wet the throat here. Yeah, didn't do anything too wrong. Came on played fairly decently. He can get a 7. 7.1 average there. Volkulo, it's the same chat, he did play most of the second half, had a very big impact, and 7. Argia Sneyman played for 32 minutes. Okay, Argia was an enforcer in the middle there, very, very physical, looking to pop off a few chicken wing passes, which didn't exactly go to hand every time. Missed 3 of his tackles, did create 7 passes though, and you know what, Argia, again, guys, look, he's a big name, he's a fantastic player, but he'll only be getting a 7 for me. Quagga Smith, I think he was quite good. He made a few meters today. A good clean break there when he broke through the Argentine backline there. Was solid on his tackles, only played for 18 minutes. But you know what? For those 18 minutes, he was very solid and he'll be getting an 8 for me. Fan rating 7.7. Cool, close enough. Morne van den Berg. Yeah, decent. He came on and scored a try very, very soon after coming on. Yeah, look, he made a few meters there, some good passes, missed a tackle, whatever, but he was decent as he came on. He'll be getting an 8 for me, 7.4 average fan rating. Mani Libok. As I said during the stream, it's in the name. Libok. He is a bok. He is so good. That try that he scored was disgusting. He will be getting an 8 for me. Average fan rating 8.2. Andre Esterhazen as well didn't have I mean, he was on for 23 minutes, did have enough time, but was pretty solid. You know what? Thinking back to Damien Dialendi, where he was at, I mean, just thinking because, they're both centers. Perhaps I was a bit harsh thinking back now. Damien was very, very solid in the middle, making sure that, Argentina were not getting their hands in rucks. He was very solid with the ball as well. Maybe I should go back and change that. Let's go. Where are you, Damien? I gave you a 7, and can I edit that? Yeah, you know what, Damien? I was wrong. You're getting an 8. Cool. I'm glad I can do that. Mani, cool, we're done with you. Andre, solid. Didn't have too much time to show exactly what he could do. And you know what? Decent game. You get a 7. Fan rating 7.5. All right, well, folks, that brings us to the end of our player ratings. And you know what? I'm just going to share that for everyone to see. That is my team and my player ratings, including the bench. Let me know if I've gone wrong. Let me know where I've gone wrong. Tell me in the comments. I'm just going to go through some of the comments here and see what you guys are saying. Moody should have been an 8 for you, says Jacques. Clayton, just think of the players who didn't feature today. Wonderful selection headaches to have. Yup, that is exactly true. And Crystal Krill, let's be honest, we weren't at our best. Class. Well, you know what? In the first half, we weren't at our best. In the second half, however, that last 20 minutes, we were cooking. So, yeah, look, Clayton Nielsen saying, great point. This game delivered on the promise from the first 20 in our opening game. Oh, yeah, look, in that first 20, we were elite. And then we just let it slip there. But this time, we did not let it slip. So, Robin in the comments. Hello, good to see you. I'm so glad that you could join us today. Thank you, Robs. Yes, Monare Kabi saying Sasha is clearly a 10. I mean, the sky is blue, Absolutely agree with you there. Yeah, guys. Oh, Jacques saying Quibus should get a 4. That is that's a bit harsh, I think. He was all right, Cheslin, only bad-ish game ever, says Jacques France. You know what? It's probably a fair chat. He's always brilliant for us. So, yeah, look, guys, thank you so much for logging on. Thank you for following during the game. And thank you for being a part of the Forever Sports family. Make sure you sign up and become a Forever Sports fan. Become a member. There's so much benefit and value to doing so, guys. Click that subscribe button. Let's get there to the 100,000 mark. Become a Forever Sports member fan. And please, guys, don't forget to log in and keep watching our videos. And log in next week as the Boks take on Argentina at Twickenham in London again. And let's hope we can win this game again. 67 points to 30. Wow. Fantastic. Brilliant from the boys. Guys, this has been your boy, Ali de Block, signing out in place of Stevie P. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you again real